You are listening to the teachings of Osho on life mysteries. You ask, how does watching lead to no mind? There is an intrinsic law. Thoughts do not have their own life. They are parasites. They live on your identifying with them. When you say, I am angry, you are pouring life energy into anger because you are getting identified with anger. But when you say, I am watching anger flashing on the screen of the mind within me, you are not anymore giving any life, any juice, any energy to anger. You will be able to see that because you are not identified, the anger is absolutely impotent, has no impact on you, does not change you, does not affect you. It is absolutely hollow and dead. It will pass on and it will leave the sky clean and the screen of the mind empty. Slowly you start getting out of your thoughts. That's the whole process of witnessing and watching. In other words, George used to call it non-identification. You are no longer identifying with your thoughts. You are simply standing aloof and away, indifferent, as if they might be anybody's thoughts. You have broken your connections with them. Only then can you watch them. Watching needs a certain distance. If you are identified, there is no distance and they are too close. It is as if you are putting the mirror too close to your eyes. You cannot see your face. A certain distance is needed, only then you can see your face in the mirror. If thoughts are too close to you, you cannot watch. You become impressed and colored by your thoughts. Anger makes you angry. Greed makes you greedy. Lust makes you lustful because there is no distance at all. They are so close that you are bound to think that you and your thoughts are one. Watching destroys this oneness and creates separation. The more you watch, the bigger is the distance. The bigger the distance, the less energy your thoughts are getting from you. And they don't have any other source of energy. Soon they start dying and disappearing. In these disappearing moments, you will have the first glimpse of no mind. That is what you are experiencing. You say, I am more and more able to watch my body, my thoughts and feelings, and this feels beautiful. This is just the beginning. Even the beginning is immensely beautiful. Just to be on the right path, even without taking a single step, you will give immense joy for no reason at all. And once you start moving on the right path, your blissfulness, your beautiful experiences are going to become more and more deep, more and more wide with new flowers, with new fragrances. You say, but moments of no thoughts are few and far between. It is a great achievement because people don't know even a single gap. Their thoughts are always in a rush hour, thoughts upon thoughts, bumper to bumper, the line continues, whether you are awake or asleep. What you call your dreams are nothing but thoughts in the form of pictures, because the unconscious mind does not know alphabetical languages. There is no school, no training institute which teaches the unconscious language. The unconscious is very primitive. It is just like a small child. Have you looked at the books of your small children? If you want to teach that child, you have to make a big picture first. So you will see in children's book pictures, colorful pictures with a very little writing. The child is more interested in the pictures. He is primitive. He understands the languages of pictures. Slowly, you make the pictures and language associated. Whenever he sees the mango, he knows it is a mango. And he starts learning that underneath the picture of the mango, there is a certain word describing it. His interest is in the mango, but the word mango slowly becomes associated. As the child grows, picture will become smaller and language will become more. By the time he enters the university, pictures will have disappeared from the book, only language will remain. By the way, it reminds me to tell you that the television has taken the humanity back into a primitive stage because people are again looking at pictures. There is a danger in the future. It is already apparent that people have stopped reading great literature. Who bothers to read when you have to see that on a film on the TV? This is a dangerous phenomenon because there are things which cannot be reproduced in pictures. Great literature can only be partially reproduced in pictures. The danger is that people will start forgetting the language and its beauty and its magic, and they will again become primitives watching the television. Now, the average American is watching television for 7.5 hours every day. This is going to destroy something which we have achieved with great difficulty. Now, this man who is watching television for 7.5 hours per day, you cannot expect him to read Shakespeare, Kalidas, Rabindranath Tagore. The greater the literature, the less the possibility of putting into the pictures. Pictures are colorful, exciting, easy, but there are no comparison to language. The future has to be protected from many things. Computers can destroy people's memory system because there will be no need. You can keep a small computer the size of the cigarette packet in your pocket. It contains everything that you will ever need to know. Now there is no need to have your own memory. Just push a button and computer is ready to give you any information you need. The computer can destroy the whole memory system of the humanity that has been developed for centuries with great difficulty. Television can take away all greater literature and the possibility of people being born again in the world. These are great inventions, but nobody has looked at the implications. They will reduce the whole humanity. The inner experience will keep you always on the right path. Just remember that if they are growing, that means you are moving. Now you have only a few moments of thoughtlessness. It is not a simple attainment, it is a great achievement because people in their whole lives know not even a single moment when there is no thought. These gaps will grow. As you will become more and more centered, more and more watchful, these gaps will start growing bigger. And the day is not far away. If you go on moving without looking back, without going straight, the day is not far away when you will feel for the first time that the gaps have become so big that hours pass and not even a single thought arises. Now you are having bigger experiences of no mind. The ultimate achievement is when you are surrounded with no mind 24 hours a day. That does not mean that you cannot use your mind. No mind does not mean that you cannot use your mind. It simply means that the mind cannot use you. No mind does not mean that the mind is destroyed. No mind simply means that the mind is put aside. You can bring it into action any moment you need to communicate with the world. It will be your servant. Right now it is your master. No mind simply means that the mind has put in its right place. As a servant, it is a great instrument. As a master, it is very unfortunate and dangerous. It will destroy your whole life. Mind is only a medium for when you want to communicate with others. But when you are alone, there is no need of mind. So whenever you want to use it, you can use it. And remember one thing more. When the mind remains silent for hours, it becomes fresh, young, more creative, more sensitive, regenerated through rest. Ordinary people's mind starts somewhere around 3 or 4 years of age and then go on continuing for 70 years, 80 years without any holiday. Naturally, they cannot be very creative. They are utterly tired with rubbishness. Millions of people in the world live without any creativity. Creativity is one of the greatest blissful experience, but their minds are so tired they are not in the state of overflowing energy. Meditation surely leads to no mind. Just as every river moves towards the ocean without any maps, without any guides. Every river without exception finally reaches the ocean. Every meditation without exception finally reaches to the state of no mind. When I am speaking to you, it is in fact the universe using me. My words are not my words, they belong to the universal truth. That is their power, that is their magic.